Hi everyone, and welcome back. This was my first trip out on the side-by-side in a few months, and I made it a good one. Today, Bruce and I went out. We had no plan where we were going or how long we were going to be. We ended up driving almost 190 kilometers, which is about 120 miles. We found a great range of trails. We found some nice lakes. We had a barbecue, threw the drone up for a few minutes, and we came across a few trees like this, so it was a good thing we had the saw. It was really warm and dusty in some places, and the bugs were just crazy. But it didn't stop us from having a great time. As always, if you like what you see, please consider clicking the like and subscribe buttons. For those of you that are new to the channel, I have a 2015 yellow Can-Am Commander 1000 XT. This machine also has about 14,500 kilometers, which is about 9,000 miles, and I hope to do a detailed review of that soon. Like I mentioned earlier, I haven't been out in a long time. This past winter here in Nova Scotia, the weather was not very conducive to being out riding. Plus I needed to get some maintenance done. I have a big trip coming up next month. I'm going to the Gaspé area in Quebec, which is going to be about 1,600 kilometers of driving in a week. So I'm really looking forward to that. I wanted to make sure the machine was top notch, so all the fluids have been changed, and I took it to the dealer, had them check it over, and I wanted to take it out today to make sure there were no issues with it that had to be repaired or fixed before that big trip. And it ran great. And I still have my windshield on from the winter. I usually put it on in the fall and keep it on through the winter for, cold weather and that type of stuff. And that was a mistake. It was hot in the cab, and it just kept getting so dusty. It was hard to see, especially when the sun was low in the sky. So I'm going to be taking that off pretty soon. Perfect timing, right around lunchtime, we found a trail into this really nice lake. So we stayed here, we pulled out the barbecue, cooked up some food, and then I threw up the drone here for a few minutes. And the water from the air here was really, really impressive. Like the color of it was like this nice emerald green. You'll see here in a second. Those of you that live in warmer climates might be wondering where are all the leaves on the trees. It's May here in Nova Scotia, and the leaves just aren't all out yet. The weather is warming up here now. It's late spring coming on summer, so in the next few weeks all the leaves should be in. And right now the black flies are just horrendous. So we were also lucky that where we stopped here there was a nice breeze coming off the water, so it was breezy enough to keep most of the bugs away. This technical section we found was a lot of fun. It was a few miles long, but it meant low gear for most of it. I think it was low gear for all of it, and most of it was 4-low, and it was throwing out a lot of heat because the engine was running warm. You could hear the fan going, and the belt case was throwing out a ton of heat as well. My right leg inside the cab here was getting really warm. It was another reason for me that I wished that I had left the windshield home that day. Steep. Oh. I didn't see what I must have done. Oh, you gotta let me get out and film it. Ooh, it is hot. Heat from the engine and the belt is crazy. It's up here more.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. But that one there, maybe?
Actually, I think that's the one we did.
Yeah?
Right there.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's it. It looked, I didn't think it was that far tight to the right. Yeah, that's it. And then we went up, we came around and went up over here. Right up there.
Yeah, it is hot. Yeah, it's really hot. So you don't even have to go to that tree. It's down here.
Those of you who are familiar with the channel may have noticed that Bruce has got a new set of wheels and tires. Those are 29-inch Maxxis Bighorn 2.0s. They're 8 plies. They came off of Dwayne's X3 that he got last year. And Bruce loves them so far.
Oh, just sunk in the mud. Might not. We all scraped going over it. You've got lots of clearance so far. Yeah, you're good. Yeah, you're good. It was over there, to the left a bit more. Somebody did it. There you go. Oh, really? Oh man, the bugs are killer. Scraped over a little bit. What's that? Oh, yeah, yeah. Where'd the trail go?
There were a few sections through here. We weren't even sure if we were on the trail. It's a good thing I had the GPS, and we just kind of had to pick our way through.
Go around it. Well, check her. I'll check your form. There you go, no problem. Same weight. Oh, talk about off camber. Holy. Jeez. right on the steepest part of the hill.
When we were getting close to the end, this hill that I'm walking up here doesn't look very steep in the video, but it is pretty steep. And of course, just near the top of it, there's a big tree that fell down. So it took us a few minutes to clear this out of the way.
Holy, that is a big one. We might need the winch. True enough.
This part was a bit of a pain because we had to do this. We had to keep our sweaters on even though it was hot, and our helmets too. And I even had my visor down, and we're doing this and we're breathing hard. And because the bugs were just so bad, it was just crazy. Every now and then I'd pop my visor open to try to get some fresh air, and then I had to close it again.
Coming. Just starting at the bottom.
When we got back to the main part of the trail, you can see how dusty it was. It wasn't all dust and rocks like this. We came across a couple of really nice lakes, and we stopped at all of them, and we took some nice photos. Here's a few of them. Believe it or not, it pretty much was that difficult to see through the windshield with all the dust on it and the sun beating through it. I ended up not only opening it up to get some air, but it was easier to see through it as well. This was a really good day. I'm glad we had the chance to get out and run the trails when we did. It was warm and it was dusty in a few places, not bad. But by this time that you're watching the video now in the evening, the air had changed and it started to get a little cool. Not so much that I was cold or anything, but if we had kept going into the evening, I definitely would have wanted to have some heavier gear on. Like I mentioned in the beginning, we did 188 kilometers, which is almost 120 miles. It took us 10.5 hours. We started over in Hilden and we went almost as far as Trafalgar, and then we turned around and went back. As always, thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, please consider clicking the like and subscribe button so you can get notified of future uploads.